With the news that Rodri and Real Madrid could be happening this summer, to me that screams that somebody in that Real Madrid midfield is leaving this summer. And we've been linked to Tchouaméni, we've been linked to Camavinga, but I've got a question for you, United fans. Yeah, who would you rather sign? On one hand, we've got Eduardo Camavinga, who's younger than Tchouaméni. I would argue he's more dynamic. I think he's actually probably a bit better in possession. Obviously, younger, definitely got a higher ceiling than Tchouaméni. If you imagine a Camavinga and Kobe Mainoo midfield pairing for the next 5 years, I think that sounds elite to me. You've got somebody who can play as a six, he can play as an eight, and I think at Real Madrid his kind of talent is stagnated a bit. He's never been able to nail down a real like starting place in that team, but the talent level is super high. The biggest concern for me is his injury worries. He's been consistently injured at Real Madrid, lots of different niggling hamstring injuries, muscle injuries, and yes, he's only 23 years old. He can grow out of this, but for me, signing players that like I've had PTSD when it comes to Lissandro Martinez, always injured, bro. Mason Mount, always injured, bro. People that we can't rely on. I want somebody to come in and be reliable week in, week out, which leads me to this guy, man. Chouameni, man. For me, this is the guy. For me, this is the Casemiro replacement. For me, if you go and get him this summer, you elevate your midfield to a different level. In terms of a number six, in terms of somebody to come in and replace Casemiro, to be dominant aerially, to win his duels, to cover ground. Defensively, he's very strong. He can also offer cover at centre half, which, listen, that's not a selling point, but that's also something you have to take into consideration. I think Tremaine is the answer. I think he's a lot better than the general public think. He didn't have a great World Cup. I think he was a bit, I don't know, he wasn't looking great in that France midfield. But I think, again, similarly to Camavinga, I think he's kind of stagnated a little bit at Real Madrid and he hasn't actually been able to reach his full potential. This is one of the best DMs you're going to find on the market. This is one of the best DMs you're going to find in world football. I think the Premier League would suit his game and his play style very well. And I think we saw it when Casemiro came to Old Trafford. Like he started to take more responsibility in possession because he didn't have Modric and Kroos and Bellingham and all of these other guys around him. The players that Tchouameni is playing with at Real Madrid means he doesn't need to take that much responsibility in possession. But I think he's better in possession than a lot of people give him credit for. And if we could bring him in this summer, for me, that would be the best possible player we could have got to replace Casemiro. But United bros, let me know what you lot think. Camavinga or Tchouameni could be on the way out of the Bernabeu this summer. If Rodri goes to Real Madrid, I don't see a world in which Tchouameni stays or Camavinga. One of them's got to be on the way out. Who would you prefer? Let me know in the comments down below, man. Like the video, share, repost, comment, follow for daily content and love.